So we finally have a Katniss Everdeen's Hunger Games reference in a Marvel show. Welcome back to Jallu, and I hope you guys are doing absolutely fine. So I'll try as much as I could to speak in Hindi, but it is a Marvel show and I'm not used to speaking that much Hindi. But मैं बहुत कोशिश करूँगा कि the entire first as well as second episode are out on Disney Plus, and Hawkeye is one of the show which is based on the current times, and based on the overall series which is happening right now. Hawkeye का first and second episode does not give you that much light, but बहुत तरीके से we are getting to see what presently is happening after what exactly was happened after Endgame, after Iron Man is gone, after Captain America is gone. अभी रियल टाइम बेसिस पे अब क्या चलने वाला है मार्वल के इस करंट टाइमलाइन पे. नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट मल्टीवर्स एट ऑल बिकॉज दिस इज जस्ट बेस्ड ऑन द इवेंट्स ड्यूरिंग क्रिसमस ऑन द प्रेजेंट डे. सो सेकंड एंड फर्स्ट एपिसोड के हिसाब से आपको ज़्यादा पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू नहीं मिलेगा ओवरऑल शो के बारे में, बट इट विल गिव यू अ लॉट ऑफ न्यू सरप्राइजेस. एंड बिफोर आई स्टार्ट ब्रेकिंग डाउन द फर्स्ट एंड द सेकंड एपिसोड, ओवरऑल जस्ट टू गिव अ स्पॉइलर फ्री रिव्यू, ये पूरा शो is to develop a character of Hawkeye, which is a Clint. And इस first and second episode में तो आपको ज़्यादा कुछ hints नहीं मिलेंगे episodes के overall बात करते हुए. but अगर आपने Avengers की पहली movies देखी है, so I can give you one hint that जो Dark Hawkeye था, the Ronin था, उसके बारे में बहुत main पार्ट होने वाला है ये एंटायर शो में. और प्रोबेबली वी कैन से द स्टोरी ऑफ द शो इज गोइंग टू रिवॉल्व समवेयर अराउंड दैट पार्ट. सो ऑल इन ऑल इट इज एन अमेजिंग शो. यू शुड डेफिनेटली वॉच इट, एंड इफ यू हैव नॉट वॉच्ड इट येट, इट इज देयर ऑन डिज्नी प्लस. फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड एपिसोड्स आज रिलीज हो गए, एंड एवरी वेडनेसडे हमें इसके नए एपिसोड्स देखने मिलेंगे. एंड टू कीप अगेन लाइक टू टॉक मोर अबाउट what we have from the trailer, again to before I start breaking down the episode, to give some more spoiler free review. इसमें केट बिशप करके एक कैरेक्टर है जो हॉकाई से इंस्पायर्ड है, एंड इसकी लाइफ के ऊपर भी बहुत सारा हमें उसके पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से हमें देखने मिलने वाला है कि व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज हैपनिंग इन हर लाइफ. बिकॉज उसकी लाइफ पे ऐसे पॉइंट था लाइक द वे शी इज गोइंग टू बी केट बिशप, द कैरेक्टर हु शी इज, हर इंस्पिरेशन इज हॉकाई. एंड वी आर गोइंग टू हमें उनकी रिलेशनशिप में एक बहुत काइंड ऑफ अ किड who is trying to get her mentorship from Hawkeye. Hawkeye has always been her inspiration. She is very well trained in martial arts, as well as she can use arrow very well. And all in all, इन दोनों के बारे में ओवरऑल शो होने वाला है, एंड हाउ रियल टाइम पे जो रोनिन ने पास्ट में एवेंजर्स में जब भी वो डार्क बन गया था बिकॉज एवरीबडी वाज गॉन, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट अभी आगे की जो स्टोरी लाइन होगी ये आपको ये overall show में देखने मिलेगा. So yes, now spoiler alert. Now we'll be starting out with the breakdown of the first and the second episode of the Hawkeye. So the episodes open up in a way where we see an older version, a very kid version of Kate Bishop, and she is very much linked to her parents. We see here her father and her mom, and she has a very good connection with both of them. And then we get to see what exactly is happening during that time when she was just a kid in 2012. And then we get to see the entire Chitauri army attacking New York, and what happens after that we all know. And unfortunately in that incident her father dies, and we get to see this Avenger tower because she stays very much near to Tony's tower, and the entire army attacks New York. And because of that, unfortunately her dad is dead, but she is able to survive, and she kind of gives this hope to her mom that someday she will take revenge, or someday she will become so much powerful that nobody could kind of hurt her. And as a present she asked her for the bow and arrow, because she sees Clint the way because Clint saved her because there was a blast coming towards her, and because of Clint's arrow, she was saved. So from there, we kind of see that he was always her inspiration. Then we forward move on to the present day, where she's just trying to be in her college at the same in her college or school, or she's just trying to make these bets. And one of the bet that she makes with her friends is to just make this clock tower ring with her arrow. And so she's well trained in all the arrows and things. And now we get to see further moving ahead with the she's just trying to make that arrow ring, but in order to do that, first attempt she just fails doing it, but while second time she does that, she hits the bell very gracefully. And after that we just get to see that the entire thing is going to blow up, and the entire clock tower kind of falls off. So at that time we just get to see that she is again going to get in trouble. But being a part of a very rich family, I kind of got a very weird vibes later when we will come into that part. But before we go ahead, here we get to see the Christmas and New York and the way everything is there. The amazing song which gets played, and here we have the first look of Clint trying to miserably survive the musical of the entire Avengers, where even Ant-Man is supposedly there, even who wasn't even there in the first Avengers. And there it kind of reminds like he kind of goes into a zone where he remembers Natasha and the things that she did, and he kind of really misses her, and he kind of zones out over there. And he tries to get away from them. And I don't even want to go in details about these Avengers and their costumes, which are so terrible. And he kind of just goes out to get some air. And his daughter is obviously more worried about what is happening to him and what things are happening to him. So she just tries to console him. But at the same time, we get to see the rest of the kids as well, and they make a promise that they will celebrate Christmas together finally. And they are right in the New York City. Then we get to see Kate getting back to her hotel, and this kind of definitely gave me a lot of Gossip Girl vibes. It is that Upper East Siders of the New York, that class. So she belongs from that class. She belongs from that class where they are super rich. They have these elevators which directly open up in their houses, and she is a part of them. And they have the same kind of charity auction which we have seen in Gossip Girl. And then we have this her mother who is now become a grown woman and is already having a kind of a relationship with somebody, but she is not aware. But her girl is not aware about it. But she still tries to tell her that there is going to be an auction where she should meet, and this is that terrible guy whom she is going to probably marry, because they are already engaged. But at this time, Kate is not aware about it. Then we go further towards the dinner, where they are just amazingly celebrating it in a restaurant, and talking to her mom, trying to because she is back at the home and they are still in New York, trying to get some alone time with their kid. And further we get to see that even the dinner is kind of on the restaurant, because apparently he is the Hawkeye. And we get to see that he is not the most underrated Avenger, although he has got the least attention so far. Because all in all, when we have seen the Avengers, Natasha and Clint are the only people who we really could relate to, because they don't have superpowers. It is entirely on their original martial arts skills and the fighting that they do and the amazing things that we have. And next we further move towards this charity event, where we get to see this guy who is apparently very much rich and have a kind of a kingdom of himself. And we get to see later that her mother and the one who is already engaged, she hasn't told her, but this guy kind of reveals that to Kate, and where she literally seems kind of devastated. But further she goes to them and tries to confront her that what exactly why is the reason exactly that she didn't tell her about it. And she kind of feels bad that she kind of found out in this particular way. But later we get to see that there are a lot of things even happening in their head which she couldn't just explain, so she just goes out. And this is the first time we get to see the Pizza Boy, who is a major part of the Hawkeye comics, and we would be definitely having him in the entire show, who is really amazing. And then we get to see the Eleanor. Again, Eleanor is a very similar name to Gossip Girl, having those Upper East Siders and having those names, being that rich. And that specific person who she is having a conversation with, he tries to threaten her about her things, and who he's why she is marrying that guy. And later Kate even kind of confronts her that whether she is really threatening her or not. And while doing so, she follows that man. And while we get to see there is a secret auction which is happening based on some very specific events. And at that same time, we also get to see that the person who she is going to marry, I really don't remember both of their names because they are really not, they don't really matter that much to me. And at the we clearly see that they have a kind of a plan which is already done before even the marriage is set and the wedding is set. And at that time we get to see there are a lot of things which are happening, where a lot of auctions which are happening. We have the sword which is there, which is going to be on an auction, and the sword which Ronan had tried to do. And by Ronan, we don't they are not meaning the Ronan from that galaxy. It is the Ronan who was the vigilante by the name which Ronan went, was Hawkeye Clint, who was in the East, where he was trying to do when everything his family was snapped up by Thanos. And that was the name which he was going by, and that was the sword which was kind of on auction. And later on we also get to see that there's another thing which is on auction. So apparently this Armal guy gets that auction, and he gets that he wants that sword technically by auction. But the more powerful thing than the auction is this suit which Ronan had, and even that was kind of made on auction. And we get to see before even they are trying to make that auction, a kind of blast happens, that there are these Russian guys who invade that. And before they could actually get all those things which belong to Ronan, technically Hawkeye, they kind of he kind of reaches to the sword, and he kind of gets that sword. Then we get to see an amazing fight where literally everyone is made to move outside that place where she obviously cares for her daughter. And finally we get to see that Kate is having the obsession of Kate is having that specific obsession of how she just wants to be like Hawkeye since she was a child. And whenever she had that opportunity, she just grabbed that suit and she wears it, and she tries to save everyone who is out there. And doing so, she definitely does an amazing fight with all those Russian guys who were trying to invade, who had made that specific blast happen. And the Avengers compound, the specific watch is also a part of that same auction, which apparently those Russian guys were after, but they couldn't get it because as we see, Kate was able to help them along with the pizza dog, because the pizza dog was kind of was saving that specific thing, and they just escape. And then we see while saving the pizza dog, she kind of brings her identity more into danger, because she, in front of everybody, she tries to save that dog. And before even trying to save that dog, she gets in public where a lot of people click her pictures, even though her face is not revealed. But we get to see this guy who is apparently one of those Russian guys. And next we have is they are all back at their homes, and when Clint reaches their hotel where they've been staying, it is all on news that things are back, but only he knows that who Ronan is and who really it was. Nobody else knows, because it was by a vigilante name. And these were the snapshots which were being shared even on the news, that so everyone thinks that Ronan is back, but obviously how could he be back, because it is it has always been Hawkeye. And then he tries to go behind this person who he was all those years. He doesn't want to be this person at all, and that kind of escalates him that he should go after this vigilante and find who that vigilante is. And that is when we see Kate kind of really struggling with the things that she has gone through, and really struggling with what she should go through after this. And then we have the pizza dog along with her. She rescues her, she takes her back to their apartment, and she just and probably the name Pizza Dog is because of he just eats pizza, because the only thing she had in her fridge was that cold pizza, which apparently he loves. And then she goes ahead to find that Armand guy and what exactly he was about. But before she could go and she could try to investigate anything about that place, she apparently sees him dead. So probably that is when where things get even more complicated, because after that she tries to even escape from that place, but she has been caught by those Russian guys. And because of that suit, because they knew that even that suit belonged to Ronan, they were behind Ronan after all, and they kind of just try to make a big fight out of it. But Clint apparently is there, and he tries to fight with all of them. He beats all of them, and then he finally gets to Kate, and he gets to know she is not exactly the Ronin, or she's not exactly, she's just a kid. He doesn't even know her name, but obviously she does know who he is, and apparently she's just surprised to finally meet him, the Hawkeye, where he doesn't even know who she is, and that is kind of the end of episode 1. Now we start with episode 2, where Kate is just going to have a conversation with with her mom about what exactly is happening and why she didn't tell her. And there's just a quick recap before the show starts about the Avengers compound and everything which is going to be on sale, including Ronan's cover, his suit, his armor, his entire sword, the way he fights, and the person being dead, and Ronin tried to Hawkeye trying to go after her and trying to save her. He doesn't want to be that vigilante anymore, because while he was in that time, he had made so many enemies, and now those enemies are kind of going to be behind him. So he just tries to rescue Kate, and while doing so, he just realizes that she's just a kid, and he doesn't even know how she got the suit. It was and apparently he's not even aware about these things, because he had just given out those things. He doesn't want those things anymore, so he doesn't even know about that secret auction which is happening. And that is when we start with episode 2. And during the episode 2, they are just kind of having because now Clint wants to save her. He wants to find her a safe place where he could keep him safe, because now all the people who were along with Clint and who all were behind Ronin are now going to be behind Kate, because now they see that she is going to have that armor. So he just needs to be very much sure about they finding a kind of a safe place, and they get to a safe place, which is apparently her aunt's apartment. And he just again tries to ask her what exactly, where did she tell anybody that she had that suit, or did she stop any place else? But before they could do so, they just try to make bond, and we clearly get to see a fan event that can you sign this, or again we kind of get to see a selfie moment where when they were at that specific gala, where they were visiting the musical. A guy was trying to ask him a selfie, and signing her bow would really be an amazing thing, but there were more important things which he had to handle at that time. And definitely, when they are going to be, he is obviously her favorite Avenger after all. So when he already knows about those tracksuit mafias, because obviously he himself is a Ronin, and they are not. He is not really in the place of asking more questions. But about Armand III, the person who got dead, he didn't have a clue at all. So she went there before, and from there they kind of get to see what exactly things are happening. So he just makes the person he just tries to ask her again and again, did anybody try to did anybody else know before he get to know? So it kind of gives her an opinion that they already know her name, which is Kate Bishop, and now they are trying to just crash her apartment. They're all set. They set her apartment on fire, and they apparently lose the suit while they are trying to make an escape from her. So they eventually take the dog and they kind of escape from that place. But the suit is still left kind of their suit. They are not able to take the suit along with them. And there's also kind of a bit comic sense to this show, because even these Russian guys, even if they are the bad guys, they have made they are trying to make a lot more funny jokes about it and how these places are. So next thing that they go for is so the first place where they went to, it was her original apartment, and now towards the safe place that they would be finding for herself is the her aunt's apartment, where we directly head out to. And from there we would be going to see we are going to see Ronan take some more charge, because he doesn't want Kate to be in any more danger. So he just leaves her at that place, and he just goes to tries to go back to her apartment in order to take the suit. And at that time he gets to see that these firefighters are already there at that place, and even he sees this NYC lappers, which was not a thing which he kind of gets at that time, but later on we'll get to see what exactly that is. And after that she just convinces her mom that she's all safe at her place, even if her apartment is dead. She's not even aware about it at that time, but when he gets back, he kind of is kind of not in that place where he thinks that he has got the suit. He tries Kate to keep things out of it, and he tries to tell her that she should be alone at her apartment, but definitely she is not going to listen. And at that same time he tries to search about the NYC Harpers, and then we get to see this guy who has got that specific suit now, because that guy is going to be the person who would be having that suit. And later on, because of that suit, even that guy could be even in more danger, because he has the suit now, and he would those Russian guys could probably be this guy, because this guy has the suit. And I really love this Pizza Dog. He's definitely going to be a kind of a loving part throughout the show. And when he gets to know that finally somebody over there has that suit, now Clint is all set to get his family out of the New York City. And definitely she is going to be worried about him, because everything which has happened with him in the past, all the fights and everything. This year he makes a promise to his family that he would be celebrating the entire Christmas with them, but apparently they have just kind of very few days before Christmas that things would be happening. And now they go to a future where we kind of know that the news is out that this Armand, the third guy, is killed. And he comes back to her place where she finds those things out as well. And she's still in danger, because those Russian guys could still be there. And he just tells her that she could just stay in that place, but she says that there are some more important things which she needs to do, because she needs to get to her office. And then we get to see that part of New York where she's just traveling on the road, working, and there's a Disney sign. If you see, they are very, very well placed branding, I must say, in the show. And then we get to see just a glimpse of what things happened in this past, about things that he doesn't want to share with Kate. And there we finally have our Hunger Games Katniss fan inside me really getting excited, because we finally have a Katniss Everdeen Hunger Games reference in a Marvel Studios movie or TV show, where even if she kind of thinks that this is the Hawkeye that they are referring to, but definitely like later Clint makes it clear that it is not the Hawkeye, it is Katniss Everdeen. So finally we have that fan fiction moment where we've had a lot of shows where there have been Batman references. Latest in Eternals, we had DC references, which was again a surprise. One reference we had with Superman compared to Icarus, and later we had another reference as well. And later we just try to see Clint trying to make her as much safe as they could. And at the same time, in this part of the episode, there has been a lot of comic that they have tried to place over there. And then she just tries to give her number, and it is just again for emergencies only. It reminded me back of those scenes where like Captain Marvel kind of given Fury that specific what is that thing called, pager that is only for emergencies only, but she didn't actually had a chance to block it, because I don't think on pager you could block anybody, but on phone number you could definitely could, and it is again a fan moment, so she will definitely try to call her. And then we get to see her exact office. So in this role where she is a kind of this rich kid, the Upper East Side of the New York part where they literally own a security company. And when she tries to go and tell all things which had happened with her to her mom, she definitely sees this guy along with her who is already there, and she still isn't very much sure about what things and how their relationship is going to go ahead. She still keeps on like doubting him, because eventually he's going to be his her stepdad. And then we get to see this funny part about the NYC Harper. So it is all about the live action role play, which is the full form of LARP. And when he goes over there, he just spots that specific vigilante spotted fire, because everyone over here is either from NYPD or they are from the fire department. So everyone is kind of already authorized. So if he kinds of drop, he and that lady also already knows who he is. So they just try to make this deal very clear that he enters there, and this amazing cinematic shot which we get. And finally he meets that guy who is in that suit, and at that same time we get to see she's just trying to text Clint where exactly he is. But before we get to know, he finally gets this amazing battle, which was really very funny. And finally he has that suit, and we get to see again a fan moment from that firefighter, because he directly meets an Avenger and he gives the suit back to Clint. Now, further from here, we go ahead and see that Clint is again very much upset because he's not going to make it to Christmas, because rest of the people are still trying to like rest of his family are making the Christmas celebration. They are making the preparations for the Christmas Eve, and he is not going to be in time. And there we again have another Nat reference that she just asked her how he is going to handle these Russian people, the mafias, and he just gives a kind of a little catch and release, which is one of the Nat's moves. Then we have the scene again where she directly tells him that if he has that much thing in him, they could just make a duel. And at that time he's just trying to let her win again and again and again. So finally she makes a kind of a move directly into his face, where he definitely revolts back, and bringing his real perspective in role, that he was definitely letting her win, although he is very much strong at this fighting, which she definitely has a point, and they kind of prove it over there. And by the end of that, we have Clint surrendering to these guys, letting them know that he is Hawkeye, and they could easily capture him. And once we get to see that they have already captured him, there's really a funny part. And at that same time where we try to meet her with her stepdad, he kind of gives her candy, and this is a very special candy because these are the same candies which she had spotted when she had broken in the Armand the Third's house before she saw him dead. So now she is very much sure that her stepdad has definitely killed the Armand the Third, and she kind of tries to give Clint call again and again, but she is definitely not aware that he has already been captured. And then she just tries to triangulate her location, because she is absolutely working for a security company, so this is not a surprise. She triangulates his location, and she tries to directly break through. There was a lot of fun going on over here. There is a lot of comedy happening, even if they are tied, and they have really found a big place in order to search in the entire New York to keep them under a low-key situation, but they still they still have Kate Bishop's name, and they know that Hawkeye is aware of who Kate Bishop is, and she in order to make their job easy, instead of being away from them, because she wants to help and save Hawkeye at the same time, she just barges through, and she's just there, and now both of them are captured, which makes the show even more curious, because both of them are captured. What exactly is going to be happening to her? And then we get to see this person who is looking for both of them, not just Ronan, who was Hawkeye, but also Kate Bishop. And this is where the second episode ends. So that is it for the breakdown of episode 1 and episode 2. And I completely forgot that I was going to make the breakdown as well in Hindi. Really, I'm really sorry that I couldn't do it, because naturally when I start speaking about these stories, naturally English aa jati hai. So please mujhe maaf kar do. And all in all speaking, this show is going to be really amazing to watch now, because from based on everything which Ronan has done in his past, when he was acting as a vigilante, like Clint has done in his past, when he was acting as a vigilante. Now there are going to be a lot of more things happening with him, but it is still very much skeptical about what timeline this is into, because they are still showing it as a present day. But so we had a present day even in Eternals, but that didn't affect anybody, or nobody was watching or keeping an eye on what with like the deviants at back. Nobody even noticed it. In the Eternals, we didn't even get to see any of the live Avenger who is still there, or any superhero who is still there. So even this show is showing present day, but it is all now on how the story would be unfolding, and what exactly the post-credit scene would be based on the very final episode. We will get to see how Hawkeye's story is going to affect the overall MCU. But I am slightly also kind of I was kind of hoping that rather than casting a new girl altogether, even if it is based on comic, that Kate Bishop is going to be the next Hawkeye. I was slightly hoping that his own girl could have been that part, because before they disappeared, she was just trying to aim at that aim. She was just trying to learn archery, and I kind of had thought that his own girl could be the next Hawkeye. But Kate Bishop is an amazing character, and just by the way she has played this role, it is going to be she is going to be the next Hawkeye, and she is definitely going to be a major part of MCU. So thank you so much for watching until here. Do let me know what you think about the overall show in the comments below, and if you have any theories, you can let me know. Let me know as well about the overall show and how it has went through. And I'm really sorry that I planned to do the breakdown and the entire episode in Hindi, but with flow it just went through English. So thank you so much for watching until here. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed it yet, and I'll be meeting you in the next video.